Hi, welcome back to ConversNation. This is episode 4. I'm Drew Jones.
And I'm Braden Day.
Today we're doing something a little different from our past 3 episodes. Today we're going to be unscripted, meaning we're just going to, sit around and talk, like a couple boys sitting around.
Just having a conversation.
So,
just some things we've been thinking about,
Thinking about recently.
I figured, it'd be a little bit more of an entertaining episode. A lot of people like the unscripted types of podcasts, so that's kind of the route we're going today. So, would you care to start or
actually, how about you start?
All right, okay. I've got some in mind. I've got something on mind, rather. But so I don't know how much of you guys like any of you guys listening, or even you, Drew, or any interested in football or anything like that. But you remember Alex Smith, quarterback for the Chiefs? He
broke his leg.
Before Patrick Mahomes broke his leg, snapped it in half.
That's crazy.
When playing for the Redskins against the Texans, I believe it was, and he was just recently moved off the disabled list, which basically means
can't play.
The list of people that can't play, are physically unable to play football. And it's just incredible. It's been 2 years since that horrific injury happened to him. And it's just been such an incredible, crazy journey for Alex Smith. He nearly died. He nearly got his leg amputated. And just, the idea of him, stepping onto a football field once again, it's extremely emotional for me personally, just because, that guy was our quarterback for a long time. So, basically what I want to ask you is, from the perspective of, one of his family members, would you be, okay with, watching him, play football again? Me personally, I don't know. If I, had... if I was his wife, for instance,
I would be like,
I don't know if I'd be a little uncomfortable with
that. Because you literally just you broke your leg. You basically shattered your leg.
Yeah, that's
literally
what happened.
I remember you showed me a clip of
when it happened. I think
I was like, oh, I was so disgusted when that happened.
It's pretty.
I would be like, I feel like once you break your leg, there's probably a higher chance of you doing the same thing, right?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
When I watched that, I was like, "There's no way he's ever gonna be able to play football again."
A lot of people wrote him off, and
now he's playing for the Washington football team.
17 surgeries later, he's playing for the Washington football team. So
no name,
no name yet, yeah. But anyway, that's kind of what I've been thinking about recently. I'm just super happy. I'm super happy to see that he's back playing football. Practicing with the team and all that, and so
it's crazy to see someone's progress. I know this is completely different. I mean, my mom just got a lung transplant, and she was struggling to breathe way before, and now she says it's crazy. It seems like she never had if you didn't know that she had a lung transplant, you probably wouldn't be like, oh, that person obviously had a major surgery. I wonder if people look at Alex Smith and be like, this guy nothing ever happened to him. I mean, I haven't seen any videos or anything of him playing football again.
Well, I mean, me personally, just watching him, walk, it's scary.
It's crazy.
Is your leg okay?
Is it wobbling?
Yeah,
is your leg gonna shatter anytime?
But I mean, they said he's literally got a titanium rod in there or something like that, and a lot of his I don't want to be too gruesome or anything, but a lot of his flesh and skin was literally rotted off due to infection. So it's just
crazy,
nasty stuff. And like you said, with your mom, it's just kind of crazy what doctors and stuff can do these days. It's
automatically just wrap it up.
Yeah, it just seems like in a matter of no time everything's back to normal.
Back on the field and playing for the Washington football team.
Absolutely, balling out. So,
what I've been thinking about recently. I'm sorry for interrupting, but
that's fine.
Mine's a little unrelated. Right now, movies are starting to come out this month, and I was just thinking a few days ago, I was like, it's crazy. It just it feels like a movie wasn't gonna come out for years.
Mm-hmm.
The last movie I saw was in February. That long ago. It feels. What I'm trying to say is that it feels crazy that this year is when I could things were normal this year. Yeah. January, February, March, I could go to the theater and not have restrictions, not have to wear a mask. I watched a movie in the theaters in February, and I was like. And I recently watched the Bill and Ted trailer, and then at the end of the trailer it said it was coming out the 28th. And I was like, what? It's crazy, because I've been anticipating Black Widow was supposed to come out this May, and now it's coming out in November. Yeah. That seems like so long in the future, but that's a few months. But then when Bill and Ted and the New Mutants, the new Marvel movie, they're like, oh yeah, coming out next week, and I was like, what?
Yeah. And my dad, like, he was kind of talking about the same thing. He said, like, because he goes to the movies a lot, and you see those trailers that say coming May or whatever, and recently, as the movie theaters began to reopen, they still run those same trailers. So
oh yeah, we went to see a movie.
We saw that same kind of thing. You're sitting here in August and you see Wonder Woman coming June or whatever it is, and you're just like, well,
it's crazy. You're like, wow,
guess it already came.
Like, imagine if things were normal. Like, we could have seen all these blockbuster movies by now. Like, I feel like this year actually was a great year for movies.
Yeah.
A great year for movies to come out.
Yeah.
And now all these are they're postponed, and then now movies are coming out. I'm really excited, honestly. I feel like when they come out, I'm gonna go to like a theater that's showing them. Be like, I need to go to this theater. I need to experience normalcy.
Yeah. And it's weird because like there's gonna be a period of time in which like movies are going to be playing, but they're not going to be, the movies that would have been playing if this whole thing didn't happen. It's going to be like movies that were supposed to play, when the movie theaters shut down. Because there was a whole period of time where people weren't shooting movies, because of this whole coronavirus thing. But, now things are starting to like, die down a little bit in terms of, precautions and stuff. People are starting to reopen things. And, so now really is the time in which people are starting to make new movies, but those movies won't be out until late next year probably. So for the next little bit of time, we're gonna be seeing movies that we were supposed to be seeing this summer. So
yeah, I mean,
it's a little weird.
And I'm gonna say I'm pretty excited for the movies to come out in November because they're really close to my birthday. Like Black Widow is coming out the day before my birthday. I was really excited for Wonder Woman because I saw that the first one more recently. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. It's coming out in June.
Yeah.
Like, I saw Birds of Prey this February. It feels weird that movie came out, like, this year.
Yeah.
Since so many were delayed and so many were stopped,
Yeah, and I went to the movies for my birthday, which is something like me and my dad usually do. And we went and saw the Three Amigos. You ever seen that one?
Oh, yeah, the old one?
Yeah, and it was like, we were in this nice big old movie theater. I think it was B&B. It might have been AMC, but... like either one of those or something, and we were just sitting in this like really nice, awesome theater watching Three Amigos, like a movie from back in whenever it was. But it was just kind of crazy to me, just the fact that not a lot of new movies are being shown, so they got to go to like old classics and stuff like that. So it's a little strange in that regards, but
sorry, I'm texting my yeah, I'm really. And when we went to see Twister, it was so weird because there's like 3 other people in the theater. We were in a gigantic theater that could sit so many people, and we were just sitting there with 3 other people in the theater. Yeah. It's crazy. And I don't think movie theaters are ever going to be packed again. I feel like they're going to have restrictions. I guess now we're moving on. I feel like things aren't necessarily going to go back to normal. Like, you know how I remember we were talking about this once. You know how like in 9/11 that changed like the future forever.
Yeah.
Like tight airport security, things are whoopsies. things are changing. I feel like masks are gonna be a thing now. I feel like it's gonna stop being like a requirement, but people are still gonna be wearing them all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like me personally, like if I'm ever like driving up to the grocery store and about to get out of my car and I don't have my mask, like I feel like if I'm not like if I don't immediately think like, oh wait, I'm missing my mask, I feel like there's something wrong with me. Like I'm just like, well, what am I missing? Am I forgetting something? And I'm like, oh right, a mask. So,
like I constantly have that mask on me. I feel like it's like drilled into my brain. Have to have that mask.
Yeah, and I think that's how it is for a lot of people. Even the people who at first were like, oh, I don't want to wear a mask because it restricts my breathing, blah, 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 all that, stupid stuff. But now at this point, like, everybody wears a mask, it's just a basic, pretty much like minimum, this is like, the least you can do to, make sure that everybody around you is safe and you're not spreading the virus. Yeah. So, and, I mean, yeah, it's just crazy because, I see, events and, football games, basketball games, with crowds of people just packed in, these tiny arenas. And I'm sitting here thinking,
that's never going to happen.
Is it ever, is society ever, going to be what it once was, And it's really sad to think about.
Like I saw a picture. For the Super Bowl the Power and Light District.
Yeah.
That thing was packed.
I know. Yeah. And think about it. That was February. You know.
It makes me it made me kind of like cringe to look at it because I was like, oh my gosh, like the virus is living through this place like crazy, and I was like, it's so weird to think that this year is when things were kind of normal, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely went downhill.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, nobody knows, you know, when this thing's going to end, but it certainly seems to be a big topic of conversation, you know, based on, you know, how it's affected everybody's lives, you know, like everybody on the planet, you know, has been affected by this thing. Yep. But I figured I'd switch something over to something a little bit unrelated to the coronavirus. I think people might be a little tired of talking about it.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
I was just like, maybe we should.
Yeah. So me personally, you know, I like to think of myself as, you know, kind of a guy who doesn't like, you know, big changes in his life. Like you know, I've moved quite a bit in my life. Obviously not my choice, you know. I'm not moving by choice, I guess I would say. But like, you know, I'm just kind of a guy that likes consistency, likes everything to stay the same. And not too long ago, my dad bought a house, and so we're in the process of moving into that house, and I'm actually in the process of applying for a different job. You know, I've been working at McDonald's for a year and a half now. It was my first job, and you know, that's just where I've been working. You know, ever since I first applied there, it's just where I've been, and you know, I complain to people a lot about it. You know, I don't like, you know, it's easy work, but in general, like I just don't like being there. Like it's just not fun. But I mean, like,
yeah.
For me, you know, I knew everybody there. I knew what I was doing, and it was just like comfortable for me. Like it was just every day, you know, I'd go to McDonald's, and that's just how it is.
Like okay,
yeah. So it was just consistent,
like a routine, like a comfortable routine.
Yeah, definitely. But now, you know, things are changing, and obviously not like too dramatic of changes. I'm still just a kid, you know, in high school. But you know, thinking towards the future, we're seniors now. It's like it's just kind of scary to think about going into college and you know what that's going to be like. I see like Instagram posts and stuff of people talking about how, you know, college is just super scary. It's just a super scary transition for them. And I'm sitting here like, come on, man, like don't make me feel bad about myself. You know, I'm so worried about like it not being, you know, exactly what I want it to be. And you know, whenever I see anybody talk about how, you know, it's not as good as people think it's gonna be, it's like, dang it, you know, I just want it to be perfect. You know, I want the transition from high school to college to just be something like
easy.
Like easy and just like it's not, you know, as big of a deal as everybody seems to make it, you know, seem like.
I feel like it won't be. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because high school is like significantly different, I guess. I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Probably a lot easier. Probably a lot easier from what we are going through right now.
It's just so mind-baffling to me at this point in my life. And, you know, I try to write things down and stuff because I want to remember, you know, how I, you know, perceived going into college and, you know, kind of reflect on how smooth of a transition that ended up being for me. And so, you know, I it's definitely something I want to talk about just because, you know, I want to be able to, you know, reminisce and look back at what I was thinking, you know, as a senior in high school, you know, going into college but I really just, you know, when we took that college visit and they said, you know, on average, you know, students switch majors something like 4 or 5, 6 times or something like that.
Why tell us that?
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, first of all, I you know, I don't assume it was meant to like scare us or anything like that, but like, I mean, when I was thinking about that, I was like, I'm pretty set on what I want to do. I feel like I feel like I won't really change. Yeah, and I'm worried that maybe people go into it thinking that they're set on something, and then they just don't end up liking it, and they just end up wanting to do something else. And I really hope that that's not the case for me.
Same. I was like,
because I'm looking at this thing like I want to go to a college that like you know, I know that I can get in there and do what I need to do in order to do, you know, be what I want to be when I grow up. You know, sports analyst. You know, a play-by-play.
We're growing up. Yeah.
Yeah. Just you know, anything along the lines of what I want to do. Like, I want to be able to, you know, get the qualifications I need to be able to do that. So.
I want to have classes that are more suitable to what my career, what I want my career to be in the future. That's why I'm definitely gonna have a minor because I'm doing like digital cinema, and I also I want to minor in theater, but I feel like the big change, instead of like changing my major, I feel like the only change they'll probably go through is like I'll double major instead of, you know, having a major and minor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I don't see myself. Like what else am I gonna do if I don't want to do digital cinema? Like it's not like I want to do business or like.
Yeah, and I hear like, I don't know. I hear people like, I heard someone talking about at my work the other day about how like they wanted to go into IT, and I'm like, IT, you know, really? That's what you want to do?
That seems like something that like a 45-year-old wants to do, not a.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like that's something like people. That's like kind of like their last resort. Even on the way here, I was listening to the radio, and there was an ad that came up about getting into IT and going to school for IT, and they said you don't need to know anything about computers, you know. And it's like that doesn't, you know, that's like a last resort kind of thing. Like that's something you do when you're like, you know, I've ran out of options at this point. You know, I gotta get a job.
IT, yep.
Yeah, there's IT.
I mean, because it's really easy to find a career in IT. I feel like, and people are like, well, I mean, like our friend Trenton, he's like, I want to go into like computer stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. I was like, I mean, I feel like he's obviously like really interested in that stuff. I mean, that's not like IT, but I feel like when I was talking to Trent about, he was like, I'm not taking like a class in high school because it's not suitable for my career. And I was like, that's weird, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of thing you do at college. Like, I'm not going to take this because it doesn't matter for my major. Yeah. Not like I'm in high school. I'm not going to take like PE because that's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's crazy. And he's like, he knows exactly what he wants to do in career. I do too, but I'm not like over here in high school being like, choir, nah. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sing for a living. I'm not going to do that in high school.
It's like, I mean, high school's kind of like I always like to think of it, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I always like to think of it as just like something like if you're interested in something, then there's your opportunity to try it out, you know? And like, you know, I tried out choir in 7th grade, and, you know, I've never looked back. I've been in choir every single year since 7th grade, just because I like it, you know, just because it's fun. I'm not good at singing, you know, I don't plan on being a singer.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
I mean, the only thing that I would say that I do in high school that really helped me is probably broadcasting and theater.
Yeah.
And I did that because it's fun, but then I realized, hey, this might be fun to be in a career. And then there's choir where I'm just like, there's no way I'm going to be a singer. I'm just going to do this because I like it. You know?
Yeah. And, like, I get, like, you know, Trenton wanting to, you know, sacrifice classes that he likes and sacrifice classes that are fun in order to fit, you know, classes that he wants to do in the future. But you've got 4 years of college to focus on that stuff.
Like, why would you do that? Like,
yeah.
It's going to be, like, have fun. Like, you're a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, we're going to turn 18 pretty soon, but, like, why like not take this class because you know it's gonna be in a career? Like, take the class because you like it.
Yeah, I don't know if he likes PE, but I like PE.
That was just an example, but
yeah, well, yeah, definitely. But you know, back to like IT. My dad works in IT. I don't have any, you know, disrespect towards any. If anybody listening, you know, likes IT, no disrespect.
We're not dissing on IT.
Yeah, it's a good job. Like my dad, actually, he works for Zoom, and you know,
that's pretty big. That is I feel like
6-7 months ago, if I said that, everybody would be like, "What's that? You know, what's Zoom?" But now everybody knows what Zoom is. You know,
I remember that you used to have like we were talking about it like way before the whole pandemic. You were wearing your Zoom sweatshirt, whatever, back in winter. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "What's Zoom?" Because I have no clue. And you're like. You're like, it's like Skype, and you said it's gonna be bigger than Skype, and I was like, there's no way. And now look at where we are. Everyone's using Zoom.
I didn't expect it to blow up this quickly, but I mean, Skype.
Like, Zoom. Gotta get Zoom.
Yeah, but yeah, it is similar to Skype. I don't.
No
honestly,
one uses Skype.
Yeah, no one uses Skype anymore. Honestly, it's like the new version of Skype, but
the
like,
new Zoom.
You know,
new Skype.
I don't even use Zoom all that much, to be honest.
I use Zoom in school.
Yeah, I used it once for school, but
me too.
And it was funny because, like, it was one of those, you know, online, you know, class kind of things where, like, you know, multiple people were in there and everybody from my class was in there, and it was just kind of awkward because my teacher was like, "So how are you guys doing?" or something. And it's like
everyone wants to talk at once.
Yeah. No. In my example, like nobody wanted to talk. Everybody was just like it was just like what the crap.
Everyone was just sitting there.
It was my algebra class. Everybody was just like kind of sitting there awkwardly.
Just
and it kind of like contradicts like the stereotype or whatever that everybody has, where like everybody's like being crazy on like their Zoom classes and stuff. My class was just like just sitting there doing nothing. Like,
how's everyone doing today?
Yeah, just because I didn't want to make her feel bad. She was like,
today?
at some point, literally everybody. like a dog, or maybe like came on the camera and she was like she was so desperately trying to talk to somebody like because like she saw a dog or something. She was like, "Oh, Jackson, is that your dog?" or something like that.
And Jackson's
he's like, yeah. Like, he was so bored.
That's so fun. Yeah, that's my dog.
Yeah. But like me, I felt bad. So she was like, "You guys picking up any new hobbies or anything?" It was like, "I'm learning how to play the guitar." You know, cause like,
and everyone else is just dead silent. Just
everybody is just like being there because they had to be there.
Just like,
and they didn't even really had to be there.
Moment of silence.
Yeah, just a moment of silence for that online class.
Is that your dog?
That's literally how it was. But yeah, it was super awkward. But that's over now. So
yeah, I mean. It's not like I'm a celebrity and I need Zoom to like contact Jimmy Fallon or whatever.
That'd be cool though.
That would be nice. Our podcast kicks off. Everything.
Jimmy Fallon. Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon. How we doing, Jimmy Fallon? Yeah. We got Jimmy Fallon on the phone.
He's probably listening right now. So.
Yep, we're that popular with my 45 subscribers.
Yeah.
Shout out Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. Shout out Jimmy
Fallon.
Shout out
whoever even listens. I've never even. Yeah. No one has told me they listen to this.
Oh really? Elijah.
I mean, yeah. I'm sure a few people do.
Shout out Elijah.
Yeah, shout out Elijah.
You know, is he going to MU?
Something like that. I don't know.
I know Jason's going to MU.
Shout out. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Zoom is big now.
Absolutely, and my dad he gets stock, free stock, just for being an employee of Zoom or whatever. He gets like 50 shares a month. And so,
that's crazy.
I mean, after after Zoom started skyrocketing, stock prices obviously went way up. They're like $250 a share now, and before whole thing started, they were at like 70.
Oh
so,
yeah,
he's selling those stocks and getting a lot of money, paid off his student loans. And,
that's crazy. That's actually, I bet that felt good.
Yeah,
paying
definitely.
off his student loans.
Yeah,
that's what I'm scared of.
Having student loans.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, things are different now. That's crazy.
Honestly,
look at us. We're talking about stocks.
Yeah,
we're
like
adults.
Couple of grandpas.
Couple of grandpas.
Also, I was thinking like, I earn $600 a month, or not a month, every 2 weeks working at McDonald's, but I get 500 of it. 100 of it goes to taxes.
Yeah.
And for me personally, like, I don't know where that tax money's going, but they need to fix the road outside of my house. Okay? I don't care.
You and my mom would be.
Like, I'm serious about this. They need to fix the road. I'm moving soon, so I won't have to worry about it after a little bit.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I've worked there a year and a half, and the whole road
I was bumping all up
like,
and down, like I was on a roller coaster.
And there's a road, that road, like you pass by McDonald's or whatever. There used to be a ton of just like rocky bumps in that road. They've at least done something to fix that, but it's like. It's almost nothing. Like, I can still feel, like, the bumps underneath the,
I'm like,
the layer of
I'm driving,
whatever
like,
they put down.
15 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour down Braden's neighborhood, and I'm over here, like, bumping all over the place, like...
And add to that the fact that there are cars lining the streets.
Yeah,
because like people don't have anywhere else to park. Because I live in a townhome, so
it's like the ski slopes where you have to dodge through all the things
when you're driving. Like, I can't tell you how close I've gotten to hitting other cars. I mean, there's probably like an inch, of space between each of my mirrors, literally like going in between these cars. But
because you have a big old truck.
Yeah, it's a smaller truck, but it is a truck, so it's bigger than most cars.
Yeah.
So that's kind of annoying, but luckily I'm able to park in the driveway. My dad gets kind of annoyed sometimes because if I'm ever in the driveway and he needs to leave, I gotta get up,
pull out,
car.
yeah.
So yeah, it's really annoying.
At least you're moving though.
Yeah, we're moving, and it's a 2-car garage, so and
nice.
My sister has her car, so and she rarely ever even uses it. Usually she's got her boyfriend driving her everywhere, so. It's like not even that big of a deal. And if I needed to park in the street, I easily could, without a problem. But obviously, I'm not going to have to.
Cars. Yeah, because you got the garage.
I could just squeeze into the garage, but...
Well, thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, that's...
this is ConversNation Episode 4. Check out next Saturday. We're going to do a scheduled thing. Next Saturday.
Every Saturday, we got a new episode of ConversNation.
Yep, today, I don't even know what today is. From what it's being
17th,
released.
August.
Today's
17th.
the 17th.
Yeah.
What day is it? The day you're listening to it, right now. I mean, if you were listening to it on the day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Checking my calendar app. Give me a second.
So while he was doing that, I'll talk about broccoli. Well, no, you know what I want to talk about? Actually, this is something I've actually been wanting to talk about, like lettuce.
The 22nd.
Okay? Yeah, the 20, okay. But let me talk about lettuce for like a minute, okay? Lettuce. Like, I was listening to these guys on the radio, and they were talking about how, wait, no, you know what? I think it was Rhett now.
You're talking so fast.
No, I don't think it was Rhett and Link. For some reason, I thought it was Rhett and Link for a second. Oh, no, actually, it was a YouTuber I was watching. He was, like, commentating something, and, like, kind of like as a side, topic or conversation or whatever, they're talking about lettuce. They were talking about how it's the most useless vegetable ever.
Are you? What? I put that thing on burgers all the time.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. They were like, if you put it on burgers, what does it do? Other than give it a little bit of a crunch. And I'm sitting here thinking, so
salad, the most useless vegetable. What about salad?
Exactly. But anyway, yeah, and that's another thing. You can put things on lettuce. You can't put things on freaking broccoli. Well, I guess you could, but like cheese, but nothing like cool. You can't make a whole freaking meal out of cheese broccoli. And you can't put things on tomatoes or anything, but anyway, tomatoes. But here's the thing. So when I'm eating a burger, I can't eat it without lettuce because you got that nasty, greasy beef patty. And me personally, that just makes me feel nasty. It just makes me feel unhealthy.
That lettuce makes you feel healthy.
Adding the lettuce just makes it so much more fresh and just so much more nice. I have to have vegetables on my sandwich.
We veered off course here.
And, pickles, they don't really do it for me because they get kind of warm, next to the patty. And so they just don't. And tomatoes, I don't like tomatoes.
Brandon is talking about the perfect burger. Anyways.
Anyway, I'm done. I just got to say, lettuce is awesome, all right? People stop hating on lettuce. I'm serious. But anyway, that's all I got to say.
And with that, we're going to leave you with lettuce is awesome.
Yeah, there you
go. See you the 29th, I believe it is. The 29th, we're going to see you again. Thanks for listening. Make sure to subscribe, comment, like, and make sure to subscribe to Brayden's channel. Follow us on our social medias, which are going to be linked in the description below.
Sir.
Have a great day.
See you later.
See you next time on ConversNation.
Yeah.